Super Bowl 58, it's almost here. What is here is the To The Point Super Bowl preview. And alongside Jerry Azumah, I'm Sam Brief. Zoom, we got an epic Super Bowl.
Yes, we do. I mean, two warriors going at it. I mean, these are some great teams. You know, you have Mahomes on one side and, you got Brock Purdy on the other side. It's going to be an epic battle. I'm looking forward to it. Two complete balanced teams, offense, defense, special teams. This is going to be an extremely good game.
And I want to take our listeners and our viewers behind the To The Points curtain a little bit. Let's flash back. It's Championship Sunday, and the Detroit Lions are on top of the San Francisco 49ers,
right.
14-0. Mm-hmm. I shoot Zoom a text. Wow, Lions. He texts me back. Nice start. They're going to blow it, though.
That's right.
And what did they do? They blew it.
They blew it. The Lions had an incredible chance at winning that game. I mean, they came out and they stuck with their game plan. What I like the most about the Lions and what they did that game in the first half was they ran the ball. And I am a big fan of guys that run the ball, ground and pound. Obviously, San Francisco's defense is very special. They're very aggressive up front. Their linebackers shoot gaps. They push the line of scrimmage. And they play well in the secondary. So, they have a recipe to really attack and get things done defensively. But the Lions came out and they just ran right at them. And sometimes to slow down a really good defense, you have to run right at them. And that's what the Lions did. And that's what they do well. And they were up early and they were able to control that game, control the clock. Everything was just in their favor. And the second half, they didn't make the necessary adjustments, and it caught up with them.
It really reminded me in some ways, and it's interesting that San Francisco was on the other end of that. It reminded me of the 2020 Super Bowl, which also was Niners-Chiefs.
Yeah.
And the Niners had it all going on in the first half and really through the third quarter, running the ball, looking good. Jimmy Garoppolo was doing all the right things. And then, bam, like lightning, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs won their first Super Bowl. Now here we are, 4 years later, and the Chiefs are going for their third Super Bowl under the Mahomes-Reid dynasty. So let's get really right to the points. Zoom, who do you got? It's the Niners by 1.5 points.
Yeah. I understand what's going on with that 1.5 points, but you know what? I've been wrong against the Chiefs, especially in the playoffs. I didn't think that they would go to Buffalo and do what they did at Buffalo. Really brought the fight to them, didn't back down, got punched in the face a couple of times, but got right back up and then, continued the fight. And they really didn't give up, and they stuck with their game plan. So to go into that hostile environment with Buffalo, it was really incredible to see them pull out a victory there. And then on the road again against the high-powered Baltimore Ravens team with Lamar and that defense. I mean, they have one of the best defenses in the National Football League. And for them to go on the road and basically just shut down, the Baltimore Ravens offense and shut down Lamar and totally get them away from their running game and their style, shut them down, made a lot of plays, was able to, suppress that offense to what it was about 10 points or something like that, and then put points on the board. They targeted Kelsey, I want to say 11 times, and Kelsey had 11 catches. So I'm like, guys, you know where the ball is going, and you guys are basically the number one defense. Like, what is going on here? But I'll tell you what, man, they were able to play solid defense. They were able to make plays from Mahomes to his Mahomes boys, and Andy Reid made the adjustments all over the place. So, it's just a perfect storm. They went in there, into a hostile environment. They got that win, and now they are in the Super Bowl, which they're very familiar with. So I would say I have to give the edge to them, even though they're coming up against an evenly matched football team. Like I said, offense, defense, special teams with San Fran, they are really special. And then offensively, they just have weapons all over the place. And you look at the matchup and you say, well, can the Chiefs really match up to the offense of San Fran and all their pieces that they have? And I don't know if they really can, but collectively and schematically, they do a lot of really great things to kind of suppress that offense. And I think that they'll do something pretty special on Sunday. So I'm leaning towards the Chiefs. San Fran is a hell of a football team, but it's really hard to bet against Mahomes and the Mahomes boys.
The Mahomes and the Mahomes boys. It sounds like a 90s punk rock band. But Zoom, it sounds like you've got a slight lean towards Kansas City. I've got a heavy lean towards Kansas City. Mm-hmm. And yes, it starts and ends with Mahomes because that's the kind of league we live in. But it's that number 2 ranked Kansas City defense that I think will lift them to the Lombardi Trophy. I mean, they've done this against some of the elite offenses in the league. They shut down Miami. They shut down Buffalo. They shut down Baltimore, but the last 2 games being on the road. I mean, that Baltimore offense under Lamar Jackson was historically great, and they were at home. Everything was going right for them, but Steve Spagnuolo has that defense playing at an elite level.
Yes.
And then on the offensive end, they're protecting Patrick Mahomes, a sack rate of 1.9%, which is minuscule. So Mahomes is staying healthy in the pocket. The defense is wrecking havoc, and if they can do that against Josh Allen and against Lamar Jackson, well, I think they can do it against that Brock Purdy-led offense that San Francisco has. Now, it is one of the best offenses in the NFL. You've got an amazing offensive line led by Trent Williams. Deebo Samuel could be a Hall of Fame player one day. Christian McCaffrey is the best running back in the NFL. I love what Ayuk does. I love what Kittle does. And Purdy does all the right things. Kyle Shanahan's a great play caller. These are all reasons to pick San Francisco, but I can't do that. This team hasn't been there before. The Chiefs' defense is going to blitz, is going to do some things that they're not expecting, kind of like Bill Belichick did against that Rams team in the Super Bowl the year before Kansas City burst onto the scene. So all this to say, I've got the Chiefs probably by a touchdown.
Wow, by a touchdown. I'm not going to go that far. I'm definitely leaning towards the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs will start to use Pacheco, and he's been absolutely brilliant
he's a
during
horse,
the playoffs. I mean, he is a workhorse, and I think that continues. It seems like he gets stronger and stronger as the game goes on, and I really like that about him. And they're finding ways to just utilize him well, even if it's short little dump passes, which is kind of like an extension of the run. They're able to sustain drives with him. They're able to get the tough yards with him, and I think that continues on. And I think that he's going to give San Fran some problems, especially in the rushing area between the tackles.
When Kansas City gives Pacheco the ball on 3rd down, he converts it 67% of the time. The man is a workhorse. I actually remember seeing him. I was calling Northwestern football at Rutgers in 2018, and Pacheco was at Rutgers, and he just looked different. He was the best player on that team by far.
Yeah.
Could he have a chance to lift the Super Bowl MVP trophy? And on that note, Azumah, I want to hear which non-quarterback has the best chance to do that.
I would say it's Pacheco. I mean, he's been able to just spin his wheels and get those tough yards, and they are blocking extremely hard for him. And the schemes that are going on to like get him into, really good situations have been, really dynamic. And the fact that and then you also have, Travis Kelce too. I mean, we all know where the ball is going. It's going to Travis Kelce. Okay, guys, somebody please try to stop this to some extent. And no one has been able to just really suppress him and stop him and slow him down. So he has a heck of a chance at raising that trophy as well. But it's either going to be, I'd say it's going to be him or Pacheco. And then you also have Rashee Rice too. I mean, he has emerged as the number 1 wide receiver. His targets have gone way up, and he's shown that he is sure-handed and he's dynamic, especially like in the slot. He can give you some deep threats as well. So they can utilize him and get him in space in several different ways. So it's going to be this is going to be really, really great to watch. I mean, I'm really excited to watch this game, but any of those guys can hold up that trophy.
This is what I'm envisioning, is Travis Kelce with the Super Bowl MVP trophy in one arm, Taylor Swift in the other. Travis, what are you going to do? I'm going to Disney World with Taylor, right? That's like the dream right there. Looking at DraftKings right now, Patrick Mahomes is, of course, the MVP favorite at plus 125. Brock Purdy behind him at 235. And then it goes McCaffrey, Kelce, Deebo, Pacheco, Rice, Kittle, Ayuk, Bosa, and then the field. I love when a non-quarterback wins it. I remember when the Patriots had the 28-3 comeback over Atlanta, and Brady, of course, engineered that, but James White had 14 catches and scored the game-winning touchdown. And to this day, Tom Brady tells us, yeah, James White should have been Super Bowl MVP.
Absolutely.
It did go to Brady.
I think that Brady actually gave him his Super Bowl truck to Mr.
Yeah, he did.
White.
Yeah, Brady can buy like
he deserved
1,000 trucks. So
that's right.
I will go with most likely non-quarterback to win the MVP. It's hard to shy away from Travis Kelce just because you know where the ball is going to go. So I'll go with Kelce with honorary mention to Isaiah Pacheco. But Zoom, it sounds like we're in agreement. Let's get our final score picks on the record before we sign off. I'm going to go KC 28, San Francisco 20. What do you got?
Wow. I'm going to go Kansas City 24, San Francisco 23. I think they get them by a point.
I hope it's a good game. It's
going to be a great game. And plus, Usher's performing. I'm really pumped up about that, too.
Oh, my God. Baby, let me.
Sam, you got another career ahead of you.
Yeah, exactly. Just send my tape to Usher. Maybe I can be his successor. All right, Zoom. Enjoy the big game.
Thank you. You too.
Great preview. This has been To The Points. Hope all of you enjoy your Super Bowl parties wherever you're watching, however you're watching. Enjoy it, and we'll talk next time.
Have a great time. Good to talk to you, Sam.